It's the Pod in the City weekly roundup. I'm John.
And I'm Amanda. America's Got Mediocre Talent as the second most hated man from Vanderpump Rules takes the stage at AGT. As it turns out, Tom Sandoval is merely just an opening act for Mama Duke.
The latest episode of Drag Race All-Stars 10 has viewers vowing to quit watching after alleged rigor is in full effect. Controversial opinions ahead.
And after an embarrassing concert tour and that tone-deaf ride to not space, Katy Perry finds out firsthand that men can get the ick too.
Oh, baby, all that and so much more on this week's episode of the Pod in the City weekly roundup. Hi, guys.
Hi. Happy Wednesday.
Hi, hi, Bree. Hey, Heather. And hey, Monique. Hey, guys.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Happy Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll let everyone else kind of filter in. We had a lovely little pillow talk live on Monday. Live to tell about it.
It was so fun.
It was cute,
it was on Sunday. Did you say
Sunday? Yes. It aired Monday.
It was fun. We're so glad those of you that were able to join us. It was Patreon exclusive or YouTube member exclusive. So if you want to join our Patreon, it's patreon.com/podandthecity. I mean, we had people coming in. We got 2 new members this week. One person coming back who was like, oh, you know what? I love you guys so much. I just had to rejoin. I couldn't resist. I've been edging the whole time.
Let's go through the week of what we got on our little show here, Joan. What do we got Mondays?
Mondays are our Patreon drops. Okay, so this week, or next week, I guess, we're changing our recording schedule, all of it. So bear with us here.
Yes.
Next Monday, we will be dropping Vanderpump Rules Season 1, Episode 3, which is, oh my God.
It's crazy to watch these things, 15 years later and seeing
parallels to what's still happening now with Jax are...
It's really like upsetting, actually, would be maybe the best word to describe it. But then also we have early ad-free episodes of our main feed.
Mm-hmm. And this one dropped this week. It was And Just Like That, Season 3, Episode 4, Apples to Apples, or as I like to call it, Aiden Osage County. Please check it out. Because guess what? Also, okay, so again, that's early access, but if you're on the regular drop schedule, that drops on Tuesday. Then, of course, Wednesday, we have the weekly roundup every Wednesday, 2 p.m. EST. And then Friday, we have a similar live stream, but that one is like a first reaction to the new episode of And Just Like That. And those are popping off. We actually have
people are desperate to talk about how bad the show is with other people. So come join us every Friday.
And in my mind, I was thinking our numbers were going to kind of dwindle off because people would just stop watching. It seems instead that people are just hating it more and more. And so they're looking for other things to see people hating it.
That's how I find most of my content is I want to just hear people talk shit about something.
Same.
Yeah, great.
I mean, there you go, guys. All that shit and so much more. Today, what are some of the things that we're talking about, Amanda?
Ooh, baby, we got Daddy Pascal and his photo shoot. Oh, we got Orlando and Katy woke up. We got Jojo coming out as forced to be gay. Tom Sandoval's on America's Got Talent, and Drag Race, of course, and then a whole bunch of other stuff. So let's get into some hot topics.
Yeah.
Get it while it's hot.
Topics. I mean, hottest of topic. Pedro was on Vanity Fair today or this week or this month or something. This man continues to be fine. I do think that possibly, his face work is kind of interesting to me, or it may just be the whatever. I mean, here he is.
He's soft launching, coming out of the closet, or hard launching.
I don't think he needs to soft launch anything, honey. I think it's pretty clear that he has fucked men and probably women, at least men.
Oh, yeah. I feel like he's like a bi king. Like he can really make that work.
I think if you are a person who thinks that this man has never had sex with another man, I think you are living in a delusion. Here's one where I like the idea, the setup of
At first, I didn't clock the ass back there. I was just like, this is kind of a weird picture. But then I saw that he's standing in front of a full-length mirror and his butt is popping. P-O-W-P popping.
I mean, now, then they also released a video to go along with that. And this was a part I was really liking. He's sitting there and they start, like, people just start, like, rubbing on his face, and like you can just, I mean, this facial expression, I mean, right?
He likes it. I love when people touch my face, for one.
Anyway, I think this is a nice, fun, light way to start off. Mandisha, you met the love of your life.
Yeah, she went to a con and she met Skeet Ulrich and Matthew Lillard, who, when I went with Justine to the Calgary Expo, that's who we went to meet, and they were listening to Hamilton on their loudspeaker. Satisfied was on.
Whoa!
Along with the words, they knew it.
See, I love Matthew Lillard. I still would be down.
He was kind of cunty to Justine though, and now I just hate him.
Really?
Yeah. Not even, like, he was super polite, but like he wasn't as polite as we wanted him to be. So
you wanted him to be like, "Oh my God, you're the two most beautiful women I've ever seen. Yeah. Thank you for coming." Guys, hit subscribe, hit like, and share, please. Yeah. I forgot to mention it, and people don't seem to remember unless you actually say it. So hit like, hit share. They were super nice. Now, Mandisha, could you see Matthew Lillard's dick? Because that's what I've mostly seen is like everything all his like con photos. It's very
really
clear. Yeah. Look up Matthew Lillard LPSG. I have suggested this website before.
Yes,
if you're looking for.
I'll take a look. He came out at one point and high-fived every single person, including their babies. And everyone was like, "What a nice guy." And I was like, "Can we keep this moving here, please? Like, this is really
like, come on, this baby's not going to remember being high-fived by Matthew Lillard. Let's move forward.
Don't get the baby out of here.
Speaking of getting the baby out of here.
Yeah.
Did you know that Katy Perry and freaking Orlando Bloom have been engaged for 9 years or something?
Always a great sign.
That would tip me off a little bit. Well, it was announced this week, I guess, that they're like splitting after a 9-year engagement, which, I mean, again, why are we? I mean, I'm sure someone listening is like, I've been engaged for 13 years. If that works for you, okay. But I'm just like, huh? Okay, Julie, the one way that Julie says I legit didn't know about Orlando Bloom and Katy Perry. The way that I knew are those those naked Hawaii pics of him and her.
Yes, that's how I knew too.
Yeah,
they had a baby. Oh,
they did?
Money.
Do they have a baby?
Do they? Wow. I think that honestly, do you think that this is ick related, Joan? It has to be.
Well, I mean, Katy Perry.
How can, like, I mean, come on, no. I've gotten the ick for far less than the person I'm seeing going up into space.
Amanda has an accompanying article here. Orlando Bloom coming in hot and single for Bezos Sanchez wedding, which I wanted to not even mention.
They have a daughter. All right. Daisy
wedding of Beelzebub.
Is Daisy the type of flower that Katy Perry was floating around with in space?
That's why she was doing that, I bet. Okay. Here's where I'm going to continue. Okay, you know, Katy Perry, obviously we remember that she's done stupid shit repeatedly over the last decade. Just
the cringy person.
She recently had this viral song, which we don't hear anymore because she hated it and people were like, well, fuck you.
Which one? Oh, yeah, that good one.
The Indian Summer song.
How did it go?
It was called Thinking of You. You're like an Indian summer in the middle of winter, like that one.
You got mad because people were doing impersonations of her cursive singing, but who cares?
It was like the one time, like people were on your side and she ruined it. Well, guess what? Guess what, y'all? She's continuing her torturous tour around the world, I guess. And a fan tries to hand her a labubu. Do you guys know what a labubu is?
I do know how you. Sarah Jessica Parker's interview on Call Me Daddy, they discuss labubus. I also didn't know what they were. I know.
It's like these little like toys that are like in a blind bag, and it's like this little creature that people are like fighting to get. at
Sure.
stores.
I mean, whatever. It's like a troll doll. It's like a craze.
It's like a Beanie Baby for
Sure.
2025. But I'm assuming this fan was trying to give it to her or hand it to her. Katy Perry, which you shouldn't do if you're going at a hand anyway. She takes her microphone, which maybe you guys have never, I mean, this is going to sound out of touch, but like if you've never held a handheld mic, that's like a weight.
They're fully heavy.
It's not like you're
kill someone with it.
It's not like you're just smacking with your hand. You are taking a bat, and she swings it and knocks the Labubu out of the person's hand and starts yelling, "No Labubus!"
Oh, so she was trying to be funny. That's like even worse.
Was she?
Well, yeah, I think the thing is like, no Labubu, right? I haven't seen it.
I think she's just being a twat. And please take a look at the outfit. I'm pretty sure LTW's stylist styled this bitch, because what is happening? This bitch deserves anyway, whatever. I'm not that vindictive and angry, but like, really, girl? You could have been like, I love Labubus, and at least Labubu fans would be on your side. Instead, you're like alienating every
doesn't want
person.
me allies.
And maybe it's because Orlando Bloom and his big dick are like leaving her, I guess. But maybe she left him. You never know. I'm not gonna hypothesize.
Yeah, maybe she left him. Okay.
Hold on a second. It's been a minute.
Now I'm mourning a blue.
We have a celebrity here. Nick Kachanov is here. What?
He says, hello, boo boo, in the Miranda Sings voice. Hey, Nick, what's up?
Have you seen that Miranda Sings is like trying to crawl back out from the toxic gossip train and like getting her
Girl, it's over, girl.
Speaking of people who need to shut the hell up, and I am done. Especially during Pride Month. Jojo Siwa is currently set to be on the cover of the Daily Mail's You magazine this weekend. Ahead of the full interview, the tabloid ran an excerpt with a headline beginning, "I was pressured into calling myself a lesbian." This continues. In the interview, she said, when I came out at 17, I said, I'm pansexual because I don't care about gender. But then I kind of boxed myself in and I said, I'm a lesbian. And I think that I did that because of pressure. In a weird way, I think it came a little bit from inside the LGBTQ community at times, from people I know, from partners I've had. You just could put in this world where you feel like, because you now have said, oh, I'm a lesbian, you have to be a lesbian. And the truth is, sexuality is fluid.
This is not going to fare well for her. Oh,
this is calculated.
This is so bad.
I refuse to believe that this is a real progress. This is nothing that you've done. You, in interviews, have said you're a lesbian. It is fine if you want to be pansexual. It's fine if you want to be bi.
No. She has not said she was a lesbian. She went full lesbian. Like videos of her eating out someone's pussy.
Here's what I'm going to say, too, is you said that you were the inventor of gay pop.
Yeah. No one's done it like her.
I'm just going to give a controversial opinion. I don't give a fuck if a pansexual is watching. If you're pansexual, you're not gay. Okay?
Yeah, it really isn't the same. It's not like a sexuality preference. It's like...
It is.
Well, it is.
Remember, Paul, we talked about, because on our And Just Like That episode, it comes out that that Lily's boyfriend is poly, meaning he also has a boyfriend. Yes. But pan means that you're open to all genders, which is, again, perfectly fine. But you're now saying that the gay community has forced you to put a label on yourself? Go shut up. No one
asked for this in the first place, and no one continues to ask about
the gay community never wanted you, and they never wanted you. They still don't want you, and especially now. Is it because we didn't accept you?
She's like denouncing you now. By the way, we forgot to announce that it is Pride.
Because it's June. Just because it's June.
That really brought me back from the brink, because, baby, JoJo's pissing me off. Nick, I can't watch Love Island. It's too straight for me. It creeps me out. And this new girl who is 21, who has her face blown up and her body all botched.
Oh, Hada.
No, this is a new one.
Okay.
Her name's
I don't even know
Vanna.
that.
It's short for Savannah. She's 21.
Yeah, no, I don't
And
know
she
that.
has she has full face of fillers.
Oh,
lip
I did.
filler,
Okay, I did see a TikTok about that.
Chin filler? Chin filler?
I mean,
Yo,
I don't
what?
know. It's crazy. I was thinking about getting my boobs lifted though today. We're looking at the price. I was Googling that today. It's gonna be a little pricey. But anyway, are we done with JoJo?
Hi, Jay Schwa. Yes, I'm done with JoJo forever and always. In fact,
Well,
I'm going to declare it. I'm going to declare it. This podcast used to give updates on JoJo, even if we judge, but I'm done.
Oh, okay. Well,
This is now a
until
JoJo
she does
Siwa
something
free
else.
podcast.
Okay. There are way worse people we report on. But okay, let's
Such
talk about
as
speaking
Tom
of
Sandoval.
Tom Sandoval.
Guys, Tom Sandoval was on America's Got Talent for some godforsaken reason with his cover band.
Tom Sandoval and the Most Extras, John.
And they did what's that song called? Take on Me?
Yeah, it's the only song we've ever heard him do. Oh my god, I was so like when they started playing it, it was like da 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 da. I was like, no.
It's like anyone who's watched VPR, we've heard it. Scandy.
It's because,
Hey, Carla.
Oh yeah, Jay Schwa says, Nick, I just recommended your Ina podcast. Yeah, Nick has a podcast called The Good Vanilla, and it's a lovely little, you just turn it on when you're just feeling like nice. You just want someone to relax. Maybe like look at the rain.
I was gonna say, I'm sure it's much more calming and soothing than this is, but
It is. I guested on it one time, and I've never been. My asshole's never been tighter because I'm like, they're all gonna hate me.
you're like, don't talk bad about anything. Okay,
Doing
well,
pretty good.
Tom Sandoval goes on. It's been led up for weeks, teased for weeks that he's going to do it. They even release his full performance, but they cut off the clip of the judges' reactions, of course. Now, Amanda has not seen the judges' reactions, but I was shoved into my eyeballs the judges' reactions this morning, and oh boy. They all... Okay, here's how it goes. It's
Sofia
like,
Vergara like, ay, Dios mío, papi.
sure. She was
Because she's like,
She was like,
uber
Tom,
scared.
you just have such a way about you on stage. Like each one of them was like gassing it up in a way where you're like, if this were any other person, you'd be like,
That was
okay.
fine.
It's like
It was
karaoke
fine, though. That's the
singing.
thing. Is it okay? This is why he keeps doing that song, is because he's able to flip his voice up into the high note there, so it sounds impressive. But like, he doesn't have a very good solid voice in the in betweens.
He
But
also
like,
has,
he's like, well, if I do this flip, everyone will think that I really got this.
Well, it gets to Simon, and Simon does say, now the vocals, they weren't great, Tom.
Oh, really good.
And it cuts back to Tom, and he's like,
Because
because everyone up before that are like, you're a star, you're a showman, oh my god, you're amazing. And then he comes to Simon, and then he's like, yeah, well, the vocals weren't great, but when you're on that stage, you're commanding the audience and all this shit. Where I was like, are you kidding? And then they're like, they do. I've never really watched America's Got Talent.
Me neither. It's
And
so
it comes,
annoying.
I guess the setup is like they give their things and then they say, okay, are you a yes to move through?
Oh yeah, I didn't even know about if they picked him or not. Okay.
And they go, I think Scary Spice was the first one. And she's like, I am a big, big yes.
She's a Vanderpump fan.
Mind you, this is a wedding cover band.
I would have put him through just because
Which
it's Tom
isn't even
Sandoval
good.
and I love Vanderpump. And he's like, this is honestly a good time for him to be doing this though, because this is the time to strike while the iron's hot, because everyone hates Jack so much that everyone looks at Tom like, well, he's not that bad. What he did was
At least he's
bad.
not Jax.
Yeah, like he's not like fully evil like Damon. He cheated on his
That's how
girlfriend.
we've gotten to where we are as a society and a world nowadays, is we look at someone and we're like, well, they're not as bad as, Hitler.
Yeah.
Okay. I was shook, shocked, and shaking at this bullshit. I've never watched any other part of it except this. Except I have, I guess, now seen this woman or person.
Oh, the most adorable. This is Mama Duke. She's that woman that you probably all seen. She's wearing a Yo Gabba Gabba shirt, and there's something about to be that naturally charismatic. Like, she's just got it. Like, just something about her. She's just like she walks on stage. You love her. She's funny. She's comfortable in her own skin, or she appears like that. She is just so. She had the judges like by the balls from the second she walked out there, and the song is so catchy in a way that it doesn't annoy me when it's stuck in my head all day because her voice is so lovely. It's like
it is very catchy. I guess I just don't quite understand the concept of I keep wanting to because AGT, AJLT.
Oh, the concept is like that somebody walks on stage and all the judges are like, let's see what this ugly bitch can do.
No, but I mean, like, how are they competing against each other? And don't they have like acrobats and shit? Like, how do you judge
this is like preliminary auditions. It's like American Idol, and then they just round them down and then they go.
I know, but how do you judge Mama Duke against Tom Sandoval?
Well, I can judge Mama Duke against Tom Sandoval pretty easily.
So can I. She's right. She's singing an original song and actually sounds good. Tom Sandoval is doing a cover band. I mean, they commended him for being a cover band. They're like, you know what? You're true to who you are. You're a cover band. You say. Well,
but he did announce it. He's like, "Hi everyone, I'm Tom Sandoval, and I'm the most hated guy in America." So that's what they're more going off of. I'm like, oh well, he's not that bad. I think that's like where.
Oh my god, I hate Tom Sandoval. Sorry, did anyone hear that?
What?
It's like
No,
that was my chair.
Oh, okay. I didn't think you did. But anyway, Mama Duke, I hope she goes far. This song, if anyone hasn't heard it, is like, ooh, feels so good to be you, because I went out last night.
This is definitely the type of song I would put on my playlist called Pussy, because that's my favorite playlist. This was a better transition. We were talking about Tom Sandoval, but Seth Rogen says nothing I ever make will be as good as The Valley. Really, Seth?
Well, he's obviously being kidding, but like this whole, I don't know what everyone's doing these round tables. I'm seeing one with SNL with a friend Armisen is hosting. They keep coming up, but there's this thing that Seth Rogen is at this table and he just kind of says in passing, like, is anyone else watching The Valley? And then one of the other women is like, yeah, I watched that. And then they just go back and forth and he's like, are you watching the after show though? Because he's like, it's as good as The Valley. I just think that's really cute. He's really into it. He's into the hills, Laguna Beach. Like you could sit down and watch this shit with him. That makes me love him even more.
You know what I forgot about The Valley from last week was Michelle, I believe it was Michelle, telling someone just in conversation that Sheena and Lady Gaga are friends.
What? I mean, no, they're not. But what?
In passing, Michelle tells someone, they're like, "Oh yeah, Sheena's friend, Lady Gaga or something." Or like,
oh, because Lady Gaga said that thing.
No. This is even before that. I think they recorded it. I think that they're alluding that like Sheena believes that she's friends with Lady Gaga. Maybe she was talking to Sheena.
Because then Gaga wouldn't have said, "Oh, Sheena's the person that I miss the most from Vanderpump." You wouldn't say that about like your friend. You'd say that.
That's why you would say it. Wouldn't you?
Sheena was on The Valley today, and she just doesn't. I'm like, why are you there?
I don't know why any of the Vanderpump people are there. The only one that makes sense is Tom Schwartz.
Yeah. No, and actually, I like having him on there because he looks like he's about to like lose it.
He really gives everything away for Jax. Now, mind you guys, right after this, literally right after this, Amanda and I are recording Vanderpump Rules, the next episode. For our Patreon, patreon.com/podinthecity. Check it out. Or you can become a member here and you get the videos too on YouTube. But we recorded that and literally you can see there's a scene where Jax is like, I've never cheated on Stassi. And Tom Sandoval has to sit there with his hands over his mouth and his entire face so that he doesn't give away that. Oh yeah, and don't forget that he got a girl pregnant 2 months before he tells Stassi that he's never loved anyone more than her. Anyway, you guys, if you're not watching Vanderpump Rules, why not? Go back and watch season 1, episode 1. It hits the ground running from the start. It's not like any show where you need to skip a season, nothing. Get into
Let's talk about The Valley really quick because I did watch it today. But on this episode of The Valley, we're all gearing up for Sheena Luke proposing to Kristen,
Oh.
and all the girls are yelling. Everyone hates Janet. You know who I don't really hate is Janet. She doesn't bug me in any way. I
wouldn't want her to be my friend. She's the type that like uses things against you when she's mad at you, which I don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't clock any of them. Michelle is annoying. Michelle's like a non-entity, but the men all get together at Jesse's house and they have like a man therapy, they call it, and they have like this guy come in, and he's like, because Jesse's like, only men can understand what men are going through and how hard it is to navigate this world. So they get together, and this guy, he gives everyone advice that when you're feeling an emotion, you walk up to another man and you put your hand on that guy's heart and you tell them like what you're feeling. So Jax here is going, I'm having just a really, really tough time right now, just with the divorce. I mean, how much can one person take? That's what he keeps saying. I get out of rehab. By the way, he gets out of rehab, and the first thing he says is, man, I need a drink. So this is kind of where we're at. And all the men are just sitting around, and this guy's like, us men need to learn how to touch each other and you know, talk about our emotions.
Jax makes me hate men more than I already did.
Agreed.
He even back in this episode, we're about to record a Vanderpump, which is the first fucking season.
Episode 3.
Mind you, he starts this in episode 1. So
yes.
Like, literally you're like, oh, you're a piece of shit from the start. His whole thing after his girlfriend breaks up with him because he treats her like shit and he is a piece of shit to her. He flips everything to being someone else's fault, or that someone is doing something to him, and now he is the bigger victim than than the person who he's offended. So like now in the divorce, it's that he's the victim of his son being kept from him, people just being unrelenting to him, Brittany taking over his fake bar for one night. Oh my God, how much more can
no one checked in on me? No one even checked in on me in my rehab. And then he's like out drinking. He's mad at Brittany because he's like, he's at a restaurant. He's waiting for Brittany, and the waitress comes over and he like orders some stuff. Mm-hmm. And then Brittany's like, I'm not coming because you were drunk last night and you were just at rehab. So no. And you embarrassed yourself, and everyone was posting it on Facebook. And then Jax like gets a to-go thing. And then his talking head to us is like, that was just so embarrassing. Like the waitress like knew that I got stood up. I'm like, that's what you got out of that?
It is, because he is such a piece of shit. You know what I've been seeing this week is the people being like TikToks of being like, Jax displays, and I know you've said this.
Yes, I wanted to talk about this too. We'll talk about it more in the actual.
We'll talk about it on there, because maybe we probably shouldn't maybe talk about it live for the public.
Characteristics of more than just a light narcissism.
Like Chris Watts shit. Isn't that his name?
Family Annihilator is the word.
Let's lighten things up.
Yeah.
Drag Race All Stars 10 is continuing. We are on our third bracket. Now, guys, I do believe it's rigged for Ginger to move forward. I just do, based on the challenges. I think the first one, this bracket, they had a fashion challenge, but then they got to have a partner to help them, and then they had to write a comedic script. So great. We knew Ginger would fail at a fashion challenge if you just gave her one, but we couldn't risk having her in the bottom. Just saying. And then this week they did a girl group challenge, but of course it's country music. And in the introduction, Ginger is like, oh yeah, I have 3 albums. One of them, my most recent one, is a country album. So this is in my wheelhouse. It's like, here's my thing. I think Ginger is incredibly talented. I don't understand why they think they need to help her along that much. Just give her a normal girl group challenge and she'd be perfectly fine at it. She would. You don't need to give her a leg up at all. Now, I will have a slightly controversial take. Julie, you might disagree with me here. When we get to the lip sync, did you watch it?
I did.
Oh, okay.
And you guys had said you and Gabriel were talking on the Pillow Talk episode that it was rigor mortis. Oh God. And I was like, oh, okay, so Ginger is really gonna like kill this episode. But then throughout the episode, I was noticing that she was very middling. And then I was like, and then I wasn't really watching because I find it kind of boring. So I was kind of fast forwarding through it. And then I'm like, she's the top 2? She won? That's wild.
I then look back at week 1, and if you watch Fashion Photo Review, or you watch any of the other recaps online, They boot her outfit in a fashion challenge, and they say she's the worst. And then when it's revealed that she wins, there's a clip of Bob, the drag queen, and Naomi Smalls, who are doing like a recap since Monet is doing the other thing. And they are outright like, I genuinely can't believe this. Like, I can't believe it. Like, do you have to be so heavy-handed in it? Now, I'm going to get to the lip sync. Julie, I agree. Julie says, I love Denali, but she did way too much. And then Ginger did nothing during the lip sync. LOL, it was a mess.
What was the song again?
It was like a Miley Cyrus song from back in the day. I don't know what it was like about freaking out and going crazy. It's that song. But when I freak out, when you ask me what I'm feeling now, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah.
I don't know if I knew it. I was never on
I feel like it's something they play in Targets and shit like that.
Sure.
But so Ginger comes up because of course she's in the top two, and Denali. Denali had, in her own words, one of the most legendary lip syncs of all time when she did that one lip sync. And I can't remember. It was
I didn't watch her season.
It was with her and Kimora Hall, and
was she
did do
season?
very well. Huh?
She was the COVID season.
Was she? I can't remember now. I don't remember.
Rumor was Miley was supposed to be a judge. Yeah, it's kind of weird that she wasn't. It did seem like you were kind of setting that up.
Well, they did a night of 1,000 Mileys for the cost for the runway, which made no
right. Sense. Okay, so maybe she backed up the last second.
So the lip sync happens, and now from a person who I like, I'm not going to say I'm an amazing performer. I'm just going to say I have performance experience, and I've watched lots of performance. And I've also listened to the words of, I'm pretty sure RuPaul herself says that you, in reaction to someone's lip sync. And this is also a tip that you would give anyone if they were, say, performing a song, or you were directing someone in a number. You would say, you need to have somewhere to start from and somewhere to go. You don't want to start your number at 100, because you kind of like, by the end, either you're going to look tired, which you do end up looking tired because you're giving it your full end and then you're tired by the end. And, or you've like, you're not surprising anything. You're just like, oh, okay, they're going to continue. And I think that's what Denali did, is she had like dance moves for every single like beat of the song. And now, trust me, there are people in the comments who are like, Denali is the most robbed queen ever. This is like, she was amazing. She killed it. She ate everything up. Fine. She did move a lot, and she moved to all the beats of the song. And I'm not saying Ginger killed it either, but at least Ginger was more in vibe with what was going on, in my opinion.
Denali's like a Patti LuPone performance where it starts at like an 11 and it just...
Even then, I think Patti has somewhere to go. Denali starts a song, and like the first beats of the song are like, I don't even remember what they are, but they're like, bum, 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 bum. And she's like, bum, 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 bum. It's like, right. Maybe start like a turnaround. I don't know. Remember, like some of the most iconic are like Manila Luzon. Two of her lip syncs I think of are when she did, of course, MacArthur Park. Yeah. She basically starts that by like turning slowly around and like
dressed as a big bird.
Yes, but she starts in this graceful, beautiful position, like where she gets herself like, I think, to the ground. It's like you're building your song. Or the one where she does, I can't remember what the song is. I think it's Want to Dance with Somebody or something like that. She walks to the back of the stage and then leans against that wall and puts her leg up. And it's like, I think you're a great dancer, Denali. I think you're an amazing ice skater. But I also think her face is kind of dead in her
or Latrice doing Natural Woman, or Jujubee doing Mississippi, Blue Velvet, but she's like all wasted.
Black Velvet. Yeah, I love that one though.
She's so fucked up.
What I'd say is I don't necessarily think Ginger should have won the lip sync either, but I think that what happened with Denali personally is that she looked frantic and desperate. You almost look kind of like you know what? Last time I showed them that I had all these moves, I got to show all my moves again. I got to show them my dance moves, my one chance to do a lip sync, and it doesn't matter what the song is. I'm just going to do my shit. And it's like, okay. I do still think it's rigged for Ginger. And now what?
Yeah, I really do. I'm interested to see what happens when. Oh, I think Acid Betty's getting a really good edit, or she's having a very Roxy.
She's getting a redemption.
Stars too. Like she's at least. I feel like she's going back to her hotel room and just screaming into a pillow, but she's doing a really good job of like putting a smile on her face while she's like masking a smile on her face.
This season has been great, I think, for Acid Betty and for, of course, NPB FAG, because
yes,
really, Nicole Page Brooks on her first season, if you guys go back and watch that, she is treated like she is a crack whore mess drag queen. Like Raven says some crazy shit about her, about how gross and nasty she is, and how she has like French tip acrylic toenails, and how she's just like this gross woman. I'm like, so
yeah.
So anyway, I think
the challenge, the actual musical show was really good. I watched this at like 5:30 in the morning with my coffee, and I just remember like thinking in my head like, oh, I'm really having a great morning, because it was like so like good, and like
I think all the people were pretty good. The only one I didn't love was did you see that MPB FAG is a distant cousin of Pope Leo?
That is so funny. That is so amazing. I mean, get it.
He is originally
make that
from
work
Chicago.
for you, MPB FAG.
Hey guys, do you say Chicago or Chicago?
Isn't it Chicago with a sh?
I think a lot of people say Chicago.
I don't think Jody says that, and she used to live in Chicago.
Anyway, Denali, I think you're great, but I also think that what I'm worried for I'm just going to say for the rest of the Drag Race season, I'm worried that now we're going to bring these other people back and they're going to continue pushing it for Ginger. And
it's fine. I'm fine with all the classic queens getting. I hope they eliminate all the new queens.
I just don't think it makes the show as great when you now are constantly crowning the people who've been back multiple times. So like what? Now we have to watch freaking, not like I think that
well, Cynthia's not going to win. Cynthia's been back as many times as Ginger.
Okay, slight spoiler. If no one wants to hear a minor spoil, I won't share it.
Well, I want to hear it now.
Do you?
Yeah, I always want to hear spoilers. You can
plug your ears, guys. Well, I heard that Cynthia is the third person to make it through from this bracket.
Oh, they haven't pushed. Oh, this is only the second episode. Okay.
It's going to be Ginger.
Yeah.
And
Cynthia. And Acid Betty, I hope.
And I think Dia Betty.
Oh, I want Acid Betty.
Acid Betty, does she even have any points?
I don't know, but I relate the most to her personality.
I like her too. I actually really like her and Dia Betty's thing. And then I heard this thing too about that where if you watch Untucked, Dia Betty is talking about how amazing Cynthia is and how supportive and wonderful and like how great she's been and how she's so cool. And then it's found out later that like when they were working through the night, Carla, thanks. Carla says, I'm newer to the pod, originally from And Just Like That. I love your takes on everything. Oh, good. Thanks. Wait, Carla, though. Don't you think I'm a little bitchy to Amanda? Amanda's on mute. I did that on purpose because I was like, shut this woman up.
Okay, let's talk about Kings of Drag. I don't know.
Okay, this is so exciting, guys. I'm actually energized for a drag show. Okay, this is called King of Drag. It's basically Drag Race with drag kings. It's hosted by Murray Hill, who is like a famous cabaret performer, drag king themselves. And it has Sasha Velour is one of the judges for it. It's on a channel called Revry, Revry, and it's free. On my thing, it's like you just say it's a channel. Like, I don't know how everyone's TVs work, but like on mine, I have the Apple TV. It's just an app called Revry, Revry, totally free to download. And then you watch this show. It's so good. And you know what I really like? There's only one episode, and I watched it last night. But what I think I really like about this is that ultimately, these are women or non-binary people or trans men, but the sensibilities here are way different. Like, they have a challenge where they're all supposed to like get these outfit pieces to like do like a photo shoot, and they all run at this cage of like sports equipment stuff. And it ends up just being that they're all like, oh, hey guys, I have an extra like pad here. Does anyone want it? Not like a menstrual pad, but like a sports pad.
Okay.
Or they're like, oh, I have a mouth guard. Do you guys, anyone need one? So it's like, there's like a camaraderie about it. They're talking about how they're all brothers and they're all like really strong and together. And I'm just like,
oh, that's good. I'm surprised that Drag Race has never done a season with drag kings. That's like crazy to me.
well, it took a lot for RuPaul to be convinced to let trans people on.
Oh,
their
I know,
show,
I know.
so-
Yeah.
All
right, what's
guys,
this?
check it out. It's totally free. Totally free. Totally free. Totally free. All right. This, Amanda's like, who the hell is this? And what the fuck is this shit? And then I explained it and she still didn't give it. She was still like, oh.
I still didn't give a shit, but sure.
You guys know Lana Del Rey. She's, shrouded in controversy, I guess. I guess she did a concert.
I don't know who this is.
You don't know who, okay. Gays Lover, I think.
Okay.
Lana Del Rey, she did a concert, okay? And what I'm seeing is this video posted from the concert, and this is a projected video of like her performing in this window on the set for like one of the songs. And the comments are like, "Oh my god, we've waited 5 years for this to hear her perform this, and it's a fucking video, and it's not even her performing." So that was it. There was something I saw about Cola Scola that I forgot. There are two stories I want to mention that I didn't have a photo for, and I didn't tell Amanda. Here they are. There's a new show on Marvel. It's called Ironheart, and it's kind of like a spinoff on the idea of Iron Man, another person in the Iron Man like kind of oeuvre. It's a Marvel show, but it has Shea Coulee as a drag queen in the show. I will be watching. The first 3 episodes, I think, dropped today or maybe yesterday. I'm 100% going to watch for Shea. That's fabulous. Second thing, there is going to be a new movie out with Cola Scola and Demi Moore, and it's a horror movie, and it's going to be on Shudder, and I can't remember what it was called.
Oh.
But they have photo images of like Cole is in drag in a phone booth with like big blonde hair that's tied with like a scarf over it. And she's like on the phone. And then Demi Moore looks all fucked up in a photo of her. So I'm like, I'm interested to see what that'll be.
I'll watch that for sure. Great.
Cole's little Edie video clip. It kind of looks like that, but no, it's a new movie with him and Demi Moore on Shudder.
I'm so glad that Cole's getting the, they've earned it. All right. Well, what do we got here? Okay, Rachel Zegler. I played this for John, but the whole thing with Rachel Zegler is that like people decided that we were just going to hate her and Disney definitely threw her under the bus. I think Disney knew Snow White was going to be really bad a really long time ago. And then she made that statement about like the original Snow White not being good or I don't know. But I think Disney was like, we're going to let everyone hate her and we'll blame how bad the movie is on that.
Her original thing was like, oh yeah, we're going to change the movie because like the original Snow White, she was weak and stupid and annoying. And like, we're going to make her strong and powerful and whatever. And people are like, oh God, another one of these things. Well, I do think she does give off annoying theater kid energy in general.
Okay, but she is very, very talented, and this Avena on the West End is really popping off. And people are coming, like people are lining the streets to come watch this performance. And they just there was like this audio clip released of her singing "Rainbow High," and it's like so good that it's like, can we just stop hating her? Like, can we just stop? Because she is like so sensationally good.
I think she'll always struggle because she doesn't come off as likable. No offense.
Yeah, her personality doesn't seem likable. It's a little earnest, but also I'm better than you.
It definitely gives like, I'm incredibly talented and blah, blah, blah. Like I look at, okay, so she was already like famous and she went back to her high school to perform in her high school senior musical. And it's like,
oh, she did? I did not know that.
and it's like, that's, see, on one hand, I want to be like, you know what? You should get the experience. That's really great. But on the other hand, I'm like, you're already a star. And
Which show was it?
Shrek. And I think she was Fiona.
Oh, that's
So,
not even
like-
like a role you need to do. Like, that's not like
Well, I'm just
I don't
saying,
know.
like, you could
Legally Blonde or something. Where you're
I
like,
understand wanting to be a part of it, but like, you're already a star.
Yeah.
You could maybe.
Can't do both.
Anyway, and this is me talking about a person in high school. I'm an asshole, probably. People would be like, this nearly 40-year-old douche is talking about a child. That's what I see online mostly now, is like everyone being like, they're young. They should be able to make mistakes. 40-year-old.
Well, that's what you think about Wyatt, who's actually 15, by the way, we found out.
Okay, thank you to the person who commented that he's 15. That makes no sense. Why would you need 5 years then? I was saying 13 because logically.
Because
5
Aiden says he
years.
wants him to be, he said that to Carrie. He said, until he's out of his teens. He said that right to her in that finale episode.
Well, that
until,
doesn't make
just
any
until
sense.
Wyatt's out of his teens, like
That's
age
fine,
20.
but why? Why is 20 the number?
Yeah, it's weird, and it was like not even do 21. Let's go 21. It's
Exactly.
legal. You can like legally kick him out. Okay, so Rachel Zegler, she sounds great. If you guys can hear that recording, type in Rachel Zegler Rainbow High. It's like incredible.
She's all right. I'm not loving this production from what I've seen.
Oh yeah, no, I hate everything about it, but like she seems like she's really killing it. But okay, here's someone else who is killing it. And again, audiences are like, what?
Technically
Kristen
killing it,
Chenowith.
but people hate it. Poor
Yeah,
Kristen.
well, I'm just all the articles I'm seeing about this. This is Kristen Chenowith saying the national anthem at, I don't know, what is this, a basketball game?
A sports game. Oh, a
Some kind of
basketball game.
sports ball. And she's saying some like Chenowithian high note. And people are losing their goddamn. It's like they're acting like it's Roseanne singing the national anthem because she decided
for
to make it
2.0, I guess, to people.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was like what did you all expect? She
It
was
was a
singing
classically
it like
trained singer singing the national anthem. There you go. End of story. I mean, like,
and she's like in her late 50s. She sounds amazing. She's hitting like high ass notes. And it sounds exactly like she wasn't doing anything crazy. But all the articles I'm seeing are like fans are left scratching their heads after Kristen Chenowith.
it's just a matter of taste in that case. Some people just don't like that kind of singing, and that's fine. It's just like people who say they don't like musicals. They're wrong, but
They're wrong. It's a wrong opinion. But people do believe that. Okay, here we go. It's just another little quick news story here. This might be AI.
real?
No, I think this is AI, but I was just
Okay.
trying to find a thing. And it is confirmed that Devil Wears Prada is coming back for it's coming. The Devil Wears Prada 2 is coming. And people, I saw online, somebody's like, it cheapens it to call it that. They should call it The Devil Still Wears Prada or something like that. Right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what.
What do you think of this?
I don't know what the point of this is.
What story? Oh, no, wait. I do know what the story is going to be. If this is the rumors are that it's going to be Meryl Streep competing against Emily. Yes. Emily Blunt is now like a successful, whatever that job is, and they're competing against each other. So that sounds good.
Oh.
Fine. Oh, we're into Jones movie corner.
I've decided most sequels and shit are garbage. They're all shit. Yeah. Don't even do it. Just
Sex
don't.
and the City too, though. All right, let's get into the movie corner.
I had a big week at the movies, y'all. First of all, I watched Drop Dead Gorgeous at home. Now, they do say the R word many times. Carla, you're a Kristen fan? Love. Okay, are you a Broadway girl then? Welcome.
Everyone else in the chat usually will politely sit and just let us talk about Broadway when we... No one really
and then
comments,
they'll feel like a year later that they have no idea what we're talking about when we make a reference every episode, and they just go along with it. Jay Schwa, love you, babe.
Yeah. Okay. But okay, who says the R word?
In Drop Dead Gorgeous, they use the R word like many times.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, okie dokie, but I'd still go watch it, y'all. You can watch that. I watched that for free, I think, on Pluto TV or some shit.
Oh, okay.
Go watch it. Anyway, this week I went to the movies, and if you heard, maybe you didn't hear, I had 2 experiences trying to go to Elio. All right. The first one, I go to the 3D showing at some time. Oh, at 9:15 at night. Okay. I buy my ticket in my special spot, which if you're new, it's this row that has like, it's technically where like you could park a wheelchair and then have seats next to it. But like, there usually isn't a wheelchair there. So it's usually empty. I buy my seat like 2 minutes before the movie so that I'm guaranteed I know no one else is going to be there. I buy my seat. I go in. I get my popcorn and my drink because I have the popcorn pass and I have the drink cup refill. I got my routine. I'm walking in. And as I'm there, I hear a child screaming at people walking by going, hi, 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 which fine. But when people wouldn't say hi.
Now the third time I've heard this story in full.
People have not heard this story.
I know, you're fine. You're fine.
The girl's yelling hi. And of course, when people weren't saying hi back, she's like, why won't you say hi? Mommy, they aren't saying hi. Like, that's a point when you say, okay, kid, they don't want to say hi, babe. Then I'm like, oh, fuck. These people, I know these people are going to this movie. I just know it. Fine. I start walking into the theater and they're behind me, but they're annoying me already. So I'm just like, fine. And I know it's a kid's movie. Fine. I understand, guys. But then the preview's playing and some bang happens in the preview. Both of these children. Oh, forgot to mention, they're in a wagon. Okay. The mom is pulling them in a wagon. All right. Both kids scream at the top of their lungs at this bang sound. I'm like, oh God, this is what we're in for. Cool. Okay. Well, I have my seat down here. We're good. They'll be up there. I don't give a shit. Great. So as I'm walking in, I let the woman pass me to go past with her wagon because I'm like, just get out of my, just go. And as I'm walking up, a man comes and meets her there with the kids in the wagon and is like, oh, I got us all set up. It is the 2 seat. They have the 2 seats next to the space, next to the seat that I have. Okay. So there's a seat, then there's a space, and then the 2 things. They start wheeling the kids in the wheelbarrow thing, or not wheelbarrow, the wagon, into the space between the 2 seats. Where those kids would have been right next to me.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I would have killed myself.
I stood there for a second and I was like, I walk out. I threw the popcorn in the garbage because I wasn't going to do anything with it. And then I, of course, still have this drink in my hand. And I walk to the front desk. Now, I have said it's very open. So there's like no one. And it's just me walking straight across this thing to this girl. I'm like, hey, can I just get a refund? I'll just come later. They're totally understanding. Great. So then I finally go back to Elio. I saw it 2 days ago. I really liked it. I think we need to have more original stories, and I think we need to support this one. I was wrong in my hypothesis here of thinking he had something wrong with his eye. It's that he gets poked in the eye at one point and then wears a Band-Aid.
Oh, okay.
But the idea here is that this kid who his parents have died, very Disney.
Yes.
He's now with his aunt who works for the space program in the military. And he's an only child. He's all alone. And he's like, Mandisha, girl, that's about where I was. And it's me walking out being like, well, I just couldn't have stayed. I couldn't have stayed. I couldn't have stayed.
Oh, no, there's no way you could have stayed.
At least I did get a refund this time.
No.
Other times I've just walked out and just left and been like, well, it's my problem. Anyway, it is my problem. All right. So then he decides, he's like, oh, I'm I want aliens to abduct me. No one knows, no one understands me here. I don't love, I hate my life because, of course, his parents have died. And so it's all, about the grief of that. And he ends up sending a message to space. And so then aliens believe, based on this message, that he is the leader of Earth. So they come and abduct him. And then he, is the leader of Earth in this, alien thing. There you go. I'd go see it. I loved it. Second movie I saw. Amanda.
I had nothing to contribute to that.
And it's like, fuck this shit. I then saw 28 years later. I went and saw this yesterday. Guys,
so you saw a bunch of big dicks walking around the screen.
I wanted so badly to take a photo in the movie theater, because here's what 28 years later, guys, this is the third movie of the 28 days later, 28 weeks later. Now we're in 28 years later. I have found out that this is the first of a new trilogy of 28 years later films, which it took you 20 years to make the third one, and now you're going to make 3 more back to back. Get a grip and stop trying to dick ride everything into the ground. Can we not have any original ideas? Fine. Okay. It's a zombie movie. Great. In this one, takes place 28 years later, where all these people who've survived are now on their like own personal island areas and stuff. And the mainland is still like inhabited by the zombie people. Okay. One of the ideas in here that has been like all over the internet is that there are these zombies called alphas that like are smarter than some of the other zombies. And they also just happen to have big ass dicks. All right. Now they show like 3 different ones.
So that's like on purpose.
There is so much nudity in this movie. I don't know that I've ever seen a movie with this much nudity in it.
Why didn't you take a picture to send me? I'll always look at it.
Because genuinely, here's where I was. I was like, I did hypothesize on one of our other episodes, go listen, where I'm like, here's what's going to happen is the internet's acting like this dick is like hanging to the ground and dragging around. And I'm like, I know I'm going to see it and just be like, oh, well, that's like a Tuesday for a gay. I mean, like, and spoiler alert, y'all. It was big, but like I've seen that big in person. So it's not, I was not like, maybe all these girls who've only been with like regular sized dick guys or something are like, oh my God, that's a humongous dick. I mean, it was big, but it was not like it was a foot long. It wasn't hanging down to his knee. It was like this big, soft.
I've seen porn with black men, so I've seen some big dicks.
Well, the man was a man of color. Like they would have the alphas be men. These
zombie
of color. In fact, they kind of like the different alphas. They like reminded me kind of Jason Momoa in a way. So like, they had like dark beards, long kind of like hair. I mean, I would have fucked basically every single one of them. Okay. But they're big. Their dicks were like I mean,
I did not know it was full nudity. I'm into it.
Every zombie is nude. Every single one.
I love that.
So there's probably hundreds of dicks and pussies and boobs in this movie. They're all covered in dirt and gross stuff, but I'm like, okay. Now, I also didn't like this movie. It started out okay. It's like Aaron Taylor Johnson, who, mind you, was never shirtless, so big waste of time there. He has a son, and he's gonna take his son to the mainland to teach him how to kill the zombies to, I guess, better society. They never explain why they want to go kill the zombies, except to like, I guess, to kill him, to have him dead. And so he leaves with his 12-year-old son. Eventually, halfway through the movie, his 12-year-old son is like, Dad, stay away. You don't want to help Mom. And then the son, after going one time to the mainland, almost getting killed by zombies in that trek, he decides he's going to take his sick and dying mother, who is like deluded, like full mental delusions at this point, because spoiler alert, skip ahead if you don't want to know this. She has cancer. You find out later she has cancer. Okay. And that's the worst part of the movie. You find out, and then literally like probably the last 25 minutes of the movie is like him finding out his mom has cancer. This again, guys, spoiler alert. Here's the last 20 minutes of a brand new movie. Whatever. He finds out his mom has cancer, and then it's like Rafe Fiennes is this doctor guy that he found on the mainland, who he then takes the mother and kills the mother to like put her out of her misery, and then he like removes her skull and like cleans her skull off and then puts it on this giant pile of skulls.
Okay.
Rafe Fiennes is in it. He comes in an hour 15 minutes in, honey. Like
Jay Shaw says they're dying of cancer. Do they know that? That's a Cody Brown reference. But I was gonna say, I just looked up the quote, so I got it right. It's I got the results of the test back. I definitely have breast cancer.
What is this from?
That's from The Room. Remember the movie The Room? Tommy Wiseau. The mom is like, I got the results from my test back. I definitely have breast cancer. But then Cody Brown is that's the cancer joke that we have.
Okay, my last little detail here is as I was seeing 28 years later, they played a couple previews. Now, there is a new movie that is coming out, and it was called Caught Stealing. It has Austin Butler, and it's directed by Darren Aronofsky, I think.
Oh, I love Darren Aronofsky. Requiem for a Dream, Joan.
It looked kind of good. I actually was like, wait, I actually want to see that movie.
You can toss out a good movie. Like The Wrestler, I love. Black Swan, also great.
Oh, yeah, Black Swan.
Those are the only three I like of his. But
but then I also saw a preview for the new I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Okay. Freddie Prinze Jr. is in it. Look at that. Is he like a dad? He's the dad now.
Well, he and Jennifer Love Hewitt were in the original one, and so of course we're doing fan service.
Oh, is that Jennifer Love Hewitt there too? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I love that they're back.
Remember, if you guys know her iconic thing of her going out and be like, "What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?"
Of course.
Well, guys, we get a snippet of her doing that again in this one. But guess what, guys? This time, instead of yelling, she's whispering. So she's like, that's the end of
doesn't have the same bang to it.
This movie looks like a piece of shit in utter way. This is going to be like a major floppage. I'm just telling y'all. It looks like shit. And that's unfortunate because I love the first one.
Me too. I saw that in the theaters. That was such a fun theater experience because everyone was screaming along with each other. Jay Schwa says, did you cover that Miley Cyrus is dating that Schwarzenegger kid? I didn't know that.
No,
which
she
one?
isn't, I think.
The one from White Lotus?
I don't think she is. No. Because I just saw an article that, because we all know he fucked Mike White to get on White Lotus, allegedly, they're saying that they're trying to say that he's now looking for the next guy he's gonna fuck to get a part. Allegedly.
Okay, Patrick
Schwarzenegger, the one who was on White Lotus. Okay. I don't think he's with Miley. At least
I like him. Arnold Schwarzenegger was on Watch What Happens Live the other day, and he did really well.
I didn't watch it. But...
I saw clips. I don't actually watch that show.
Guys, you know what show needs to be canceled? Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. It's time for Amanda's Wormhole. Let's do it.
And then we don't really have a TikTok. You didn't put any butts in.
But the wormhole goes deep this week, guys.
It does. Yeah, I really was on one this week. I had a big gay weekend. I talked about this on our Pillow Talk, but let me take you through like where I went. We started out with To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. I've seen this twice before in my life. One time I was young, second time I was super drunk during my deep battle with alcoholism, so I don't really remember anything about it. I did it for an episode of Squirrel Friends with Nick, actually. So I don't remember it, but it was so watchable, so good. I looked up all the info about this. Patrick Swayze was apparently a huge nightmare to work with, which I find so funny. But
yeah, I thought Patrick Swayze gave such a reverence to all three of these, Wesley Snipes, Patrick Swayze, and John Leguizamo, where their characters could. I mean, they kind of do veer into some bit of caricature where, like, John, like,
barely or at all. Like, I can't believe Wesley Snipes took this role, but apparently he instantly said yes, which for the time this was made, that's like a big deal.
As a kid growing up gay, of course, because, I chose to be gay. I forgot about that. Actually, when I saw To Wong Fu, that's when I chose to be gay. No, yeah. This was the kind of thing that, like, I remember seeing, like, I rented this at the, like, Hollywood Video, which was the place by our house, on VHS. And I remember just watching it over and over. I was obsessed. It's so good.
Should be. I don't know why I didn't. You know why I wasn't obsessed? Because I didn't happen to own this movie. I feel like all of us in our generation, we were obsessed with movies that our parents owned.
Oh, for sure.
I wish I'd owned this because I would have watched this every day. It's so good. I'm so proud of them all for not making it caricature-ish.
It's respectful. I mean, there are a few parts where you're like, so they stay in drag 24 hours a day? Oh.
Yeah, but it was the 90s, so you kind of push past the boy in a dress comments. They do.
If somehow you guys are listening here and you've never watched this, go watch it immediately after this.
Andy Nowicki says Jungkook was almost her first crush. I mean, yeah, Super Mario Bros. Was not great for him, but he really is very talented. Like, he's great in this movie too.
I remember seeing him do his like one-man show. They played it on HBO back in the day.
Oh, good. Yeah, me too. I think I watched it like maybe in college. He's amazing. So that was a great. So then I was on like this. I was like, let's just watch gay movies because I actually kind of had a day off this weekend, or I didn't have to record a day off. Then I watched Death Becomes Her. Oh no, that's not where I started. I started with The Prom, the movie. No, that's not right. I started with Mean Girls. The bootleg on Broadway. Then I'm like, well, maybe I want to watch The Prom. But then I'm like, well, if I'm going to watch The Prom, I'll just watch that movie because I really want to hate James Corden. So I watched that. Meryl Streep is kind of mid in this. I don't know what Nicole Kidman's doing in here. It's not great. It's a bad version of a really great musical. James Corden is insufferable in it. Then I'm like, oh, I'm on a Meryl kick now. So then I watched Death Becomes Her, which I'd never seen before. I was probably 8 when I saw this and it didn't register. Another movie that I will watch this every year. It is so funny. And Meryl Streep, who entered into this not being a comedy girl. And apparently when this came out, everyone's like, Meryl Streep can't do comedy. She's a serious actress. She is so funny. This is really one of the funniest female performances. Like, I'm just proud of her.
This also isn't a totally original story. It's like,
yeah, you love that.
Can we get some more of those now?
They're all great in it. And like Meryl Streep is 43 in this. Goldie Hawn is 47 during this. Bruce Willis is really funny in it too. He's 38. But awesome watchable movie, just over 2 hours long. Then I immediately found it's on TikTok now, guys. So watch it before they take it down. But in 3 parts, you can find it on TikTok. The entire bootleg of the Death Becomes Her Broadway musical, which is also, I said this on the Pillow Talk, I was in such a good mood for like 2 days after watching this because I was so happy that there's a good Broadway show out there. It's just from start to finish. It's so good and funny. Then last thing, I bought Mamma Mia to watch. And this is where it all came
bought
from.
It?
Burning down. I rented it, but all the other ones are free. This movie is such a piece of shit. Even in like the most high stone happy, I was so happy. I'm like, I'm done. I'm tapping out. Mia. Woo! That movie sucks.
I will say though, Christine Baranski is great.
Yeah, she's great. They're all great in it. Amanda Seyfried sounds great. It's just really
I don't like Meryl in it.
I love Meryl in it. She sounds great in Winner Takes It All. I watched it on a plane for the first time, and I'm sure I was drunk. But again, I couldn't get into this. It's really bad. It's really truly bad. The men are all so bad in it. I'm like, why are the 3 of you in this? Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant. Pierce Brosnan starts singing. I was like, whoa.
Don't watch Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, because that will send you into psychosis. That, if you thought the first one was bad, holy hell. The second one's terrible. Terrible!
Okay, well, I wasn't gonna, but I mean, that first one's really bad. Anyway, so but what a fabulous weekend I had. It was just like wonderful, gay, flashy, Broadway shit coming at me. I loved it.
I mean, it's been a pretty fabulous week in general for the weekly roundup, hasn't it? Drag Race, all that ish. You know what you guys should do since we're at the end here? You should check out our Patreon. Baby, it's patreon.com/podinthecity. Over there this week, we did a Pillow Talk Live where we had our Patreon members join us, and it was super fun. The first 8 minutes are Amanda and I scrambling to figure out what the fuck's going on. Yeah, and then next week, get in there now, patreon.com/podinthecity, because next Monday, you're getting Vanderpump Rules Season 1, Episode 3, baby. Also, check us out on Friday in just 2 days at the exact same time as this live for our first reactions of the new episode of And Just Like That. We did see a preview, not the preview, but the overview is, we don't know the title yet. It's Carrie and Miranda both have to deal with the neighborhood noise. However, their temporary solution proves to be even more frustrating.
So we were thinking maybe that'll be good. Maybe it'll be like an Odd Couple situation. But then we both realized that both of them are probably disgusting. Like, they're both the Felix.
I also just like...
Or Oscar.
It means they're gonna have to make one of them like zany and.
Oh well, both of them are so zany. Carrie did that pratfall on her hip, remember? And Miranda was like, I don't know, had a lobotomy for the first 2 seasons, so they can do zany.
Anyway.
And that's it, guys. Thanks for joining us. You know, it was a great roundup. I had fun.
You can leave a review on the podcast places if you want. That's 5 stars. Scroll all the way up, and there's a little thing that has the stars. You hit the last star, the very farthest one. So all those stars are filled, and then you can write something. You can write I'm a douchebag if you want, but at least give us the 5 stars.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll handle that really well. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh yeah, check out Open That Doll. Bye.